The Ole Miss Rebels had one of their best seasons in program history last season. Ole Miss finished with the second best offense in college football based on yards per play and the second best defense in the nation in yards per play. But Ole Miss is already being written off this season as not being good enough to make the college football playoff, after having the most players get drafted in program history. And the loss of Dart has many fans and analysts worried about what Ole Miss will look like this season. But I'm not, because of who's up next. Austin Simmons. Austin Simmons graduated high school 2 years early, allowing him to already have 3 years under his belt in the Ole Miss system. This is extremely valuable as Simmons has a full understanding of the playbook and has been able to learn everything possible from Dart and Kiffin in these last 3 years before finally getting his chance this season. But what makes Austin Simmons so special? Well, one, he's only 19 years old, and he's already graduated college. And over these past 3 years, Simmons hasn't just played football, he's also been one of the best pitchers on the Ole Miss baseball team, topping out at 98 miles per hour for his fastball on the mound, which is special. We know a lot of the best QBs in the NFL today played baseball as the velocity translates over to football. And I can attest to this. I've gotten to throw with Simmons before, and the ball comes out of his hand different. I've never seen a football thrown that hard so effortlessly before in person. Simmons' decision-making, football IQ, and being a left-handed QB has already caused the Tua comparisons to start flowing in. But the craziest part? Some analysts are calling him the more athletic and stronger version of Tua, which is crazy because Tua is one of the best quarterbacks in college football history. And his biggest weaknesses seem to be the strengths of Simmons. But I think my favorite thing about Simmons is how calm he is under pressure. Simmons came off the bench after Jackson Dart got injured against the best defense in the country in Georgia and put together a masterclass at the quarterback position. So, do we think Austin Simmons is in the same realm as Jackson Dart, let alone Tua? Well, I think the best way to figure out is to break down the tape from his one drive in that Ole Miss versus Georgia game last season. Okay, so this first play here, it's actually going to be 1st and 10 on the 25 right after the kickoff. And I think my favorite part about this play is that Ole Miss isn't just coming in and running the ball on first down. Usually when you bring in a new quarterback after your starter got hurt, you run the ball on first down. The defense knows it. You see here that Georgia obviously thought that because they have the box stacked right here. So what do they do instead? They run a little quick boot, and we get to witness Austin Simmons' throw power here and see what makes him so good. Okay, now we picked up the next first down, so we're going to go quick game here, and we're going to ditch it out to the flat really quick. Ball gets tipped at the line. Luckily, it finds a receiver and he catches it, but ultimately, let's break it down here from the end zone view. Obviously, it seems like Caden Lee's open in the middle of the field here, but I just love that he's getting the ball out quick. Remember, you can't go broke taking a profit, so as a young QB, see your receivers open, make the right read, quick decision making there. I love it. Yeah, just a very lucky play there, but it was the right read. Okay, we see here it's first down. They're going to hand off the ball, try to incorporate the run game here, make it easier on your quarterback, but that run gets blown up and goes nowhere. Now we're going to see them run the ball again here, and once again the run goes nowhere. That pretty much sums up Ole Miss season this year, but it also shows that Simmons can do it without a run game, which I think is great. Okay, here we're coming out on 3rd down, probably the first high-intensity play of the game. You see here that the box is once again kind of stacked a little bit. They know they're not running the ball, though, so there's a very low chance they're sending the blitz. But if they are, we've got to get to our hot read really quick. Let's see what Austin does here. Okay, we see that they're blitzing, gets his hot read quick, right there to the slant. Gets to 4th and 1 really quick here, and just, I love this route here by Caden Lee. I think this is a really great job by Austin Simmons, too. Yeah, you just got a little quick kind of angle Texas route, whichever one you'd want to call it there, just allows the ball to get out of his hand quick, and he's going to beat him there. Next up, we see Simmons miss his first pass of the game right there. The ball was a little wet in this game, so of course that's going to happen. Now we see once again still can't run the ball. Gets his 3rd down once again. Okay, and a great ball there to Caden Lee. What I want to point out here once again is kind of my favorite thing about Austin Simmons, and it's just simply this idea that you're a 19-year-old coming in and playing the best defense in the nation. You have no running game at all. You're getting to multiple 3rd downs, and the entire time he's just so calm, cool, and collected. I think Austin Simmons is made for those big moments, and he has that great quarterback mindset of just moving on to the next play, never getting too high, never getting too low. And I think that as a 19-year-old speaks volumes of his parents and himself, but I also think it's going to turn him into one of the best quarterbacks in the nation this season. And ultimately, Ole Miss is definitely going to win more than 8 games this season, as people predict. I actually think they're going to make it in the playoffs, and I expect Austin Simmons to be in the Heisman watch this season. Thanks for watching, and consider subscribing if you enjoyed.